When it comes to the hospitality industry, it is safe to say that there is a lot riding upon each cogwheel that keeps the system running. Most of them deal with all kinds of situations on the daily, but have no other choice than to put on a happy face and serve their customers. For most in the lower end of the workforce, housekeeping ends up being their only source of income. With such hard work also comes a position where they must accept whatever they come across. The behavior of the people they serve can range from being normal and kind to rude and obnoxious. However, it is safe to say that a certain hotel maid in Utah had the opportunity to see it all. Greetings, salutations, and welcome to our channel. Today, we are here to cover the story of a maid who was shocked when she cleaned a hotel room. As always, before we begin, make sure to press that like button and subscribe to support our channel so we can bring you more quality stories like this. Also, if you don't want to miss a single one of our other uploads, press the bell notification button and turn on YouTube notifications on your smartphone. Without further ado, let us dive right into the video. There are all kinds of jobs in the world, and they all have a different effect on your mind and body. Out of all the jobs out there, it is safe to say that housekeeping is one job that will have you be treated in an absolutely distasteful manner, even after all you have done for your service in the most courteous manner. However, a particular maid in Park City, Utah, knew exactly what she was signing up for. You see, before this maid joined the hotel, she worked tirelessly to earn a living. However, all she ended up earning at the end of the day were a bunch of weird experiences and memories of a workplace that did not appreciate her efforts. However, due to her past, she had to stick with what life had in store for her. Unlike many other personnel in the hospitality industry, this woman went ahead and personally requested a job from the front desk of the hotel that she wanted to work in. Usually, one would wait until the human resources manager calls or an appointment was provided, but she was dead set on doing whatever it takes to get a good job. She was so confident as she requested the job that no one could even imagine that she was poor and penniless. She carried herself with such grace and impressed many. There might have been truth in the fact that she might not exactly have known what entailed in the job that she was working so hard to obtain, and that she was just motivated at the display of the now hiring board that was shown right outside the hotel. For those who must fend for themselves, being stranded without a job is a feeling that cannot be simply explained. It is a feeling of desolation, where anybody can feel empty or lost, while the world goes on right in front of them. With everything that she had going on and been going through, it is easy to notice that this woman was going through the same thing. When she made her way to the reception of the hotel that day, she held on to hope that she would be able to make it and obtain the job that day. However, it was not as easy as she had hoped. Even with all the difficulties that she went through, this woman had confidence in spades. After all, this job was something that was desperately something that she wanted at this point. She could not only insist that she was the perfect candidate for the job that they were hiring for, but she also ensured them that she was preparing to deal with any workload and task that was required of her. However, as confident as she was, her boldness and her go-getter attitude did not seem to win the charms of the hotel owner. After all, it was clear that the woman did not know what the job entailed, so it was natural that he was suspicious of the woman's claims. However, he was in need of someone to take care of the housekeeping duties, as the increased activity at the hotel and the comings and goings of new guests caused things to slip out of his hands. Not only that, but some of the guests even went as far as to be rude and berate the staff as well. There was only one question in the mind of the owner. Was the woman prepared to dedicate herself to a job that will bring nothing more than bad experiences every single day? After all, guests who usually end up renting these luxury suites out ended up not caring about the little guy who must take care of the mess that they eventually end up leaving behind. It was the least of their concern. Of course, this was not just it. While the hotel occasionally accommodates individuals that end up being hot-headed, some tend to go a bit too far at times. There was one incident that caused the hotel's previous housekeeper to lose her dedication towards the job. Ever since the resignation of the previous housekeeper, the owner of the hotel had been desperately on the lookout for somebody with thick skin and dedication to hold the mantle and do their job, while also adjusting to the strange behaviors of their customers. Who knows, maybe the woman's choice to join here was not the right one after all. However, things ended up going her way, as the owner listened to her confident, reassured claim as she decided to give her a chance. He knew that the woman would have to work hard no matter what came her way. However, part of him was still cautious, as he believed that she would leave the job in a few measly days, just like his hotel's previous housekeeper. However, this woman perseveres, as she hopes to prove his negative expectations wrong. This woman worked hard, ensuring that she stayed dedicated to her job with heartfelt determination. She took up more and more errands as the days passed, and even started to pick up work on the dirty laundry in order to ease things along. She worked with such vigor that she seemed too professional to just be a measly housekeeper. She even thought ahead and came up with an organizational system that caused things to work smoothly at the hotel. All of this hard work was rewarded every month with a decent paycheck, and all was well. She was happy with all of this, but her happiness ends up reaching its peak when two certain guests end up visiting the hotel one day. This popular hotel attracts all sorts of people, and while it could have had any individual stay over at the suite, one day, two kind-hearted individuals decided to rent out the suite for themselves. These two individuals were Josh Gibson and Kyle Orifice. These two individuals were known for their good deeds, which they recorded and showcased in their YouTube channel Give Back Films in order to inspire others to do the same, and it was clear that they were thinking of doing something heartwarming within the hotel as well. While Josh and Kyle were famous and well known in the community, they continued their good deeds in the form of all sorts of projects aimed at helping others. The two received news of the enterprising Maid in 2014, as they decided to make their way there in order to make her day. They wanted to help her in the process of making her the next subject of their inspirational video. It did not take them long to hatch a plot as they made their way to the hotel. Surprisingly, the hotel owner that initially doubted the woman's abilities joined forces with Kyle and Josh in order to make the life of the woman better. They started their efforts by messing with the upholstery and bedding in order to create the illusion of the room being lived in. Josh and Kyle were thorough, as they ensured that nothing was left to cause the maid any doubt. As expected, everything went according to their plan. In order to record the initial reaction that the maid would have towards their surprise, the two even placed two hidden cameras in the room. It was finally time for the main event. The surprise came in the form of a note, which was penned by Josh. As Josh finished up the note, Kyle took the note along with his surprise as he neatly placed it all underneath the blanket on his bed. It was the perfect plot, and now all they had to do was wait for the maid to arrive. As they created the perfect scene, they removed the Do Not Disturb door sign from the doorknob. As they rushed back into their van in order to see it all play out through the live feed, it didn't take long for the maid to finally enter the room. It was just another typical day for the maid as she noticed the messy room. She noticed the lack of a Do Not Disturb sign, so she made her way into the room. As the maid approached the bed to start from there, she was taken by surprise when she lifted the bedding. It was an unbelievable surprise that caused her to tear up. It was a heart-touching note that lay under the sheets, surrounded with a collective amount of $500. She was taken aback, as she'd never been tipped so much in her entire life. It didn't take long for the maid to run out of the room and find the two boys who did this sitting and watching from their van. She was even adamant that she could not accept the money, but even after some persuasion from Josh and Kyle, she eventually gave in and accepted the money, making her day in the process. It is definitely a gesture that will remain in the heart of the woman until the very end. We've now reached the end of today's video. Did you like this story? For more heartwarming stories just like this, subscribe to our channel and press that bell button to get an update every single time we upload a new video. Make sure to like this video and share it with your family and friends. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.